Is this video too late to start preparing for Halloween? Because I really hope not. But Halloween is a really important holiday for many people. But there are going to be costs here. So some people are managed to spend very little on Halloween. Maybe some don't spend at all if they don't celebrate. But small or big, they can actually add up pretty quickly. So, just according to the National Retail Federation, people in the US are expected to spend almost $12 billion on Halloween just this year. So, there are still ways to enjoy Halloween without overspending too much. So, I'll be going over some of those ways in this video. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I hope it's not too late, but one of the best ways to avoid overspending is to start with a budget and to plan ahead before Halloween. So you have a specific budget for your celebrations, whether you're hosting a party, handing out candy, or getting costumes for your family. It's really easy to overspend and go overboard if you don't have a clear financial plan because you don't really know what you're trying to reach. You're not sure how much money you're trying to spend. It's a lot easier when you have some sort of thing written in front of you that you can use as guidance. So, to do that, really simply, you can start by estimating how much you're willing to spend on Halloween, or how much you can afford to spend on Halloween on things such as costumes, decorations, candies, activities, or any events that you're going to, like maybe a haunted house event. So you want to break this down into specific categories and allocate an amount for each category. And by setting a budget, it really helps you focus on what is truly important to you on how you best want to spend and celebrate Halloween. And that allows you to prioritize spending on experiences rather than just simply on material things. So, for example, instead of splurging on elaborate costumes for every member of your family and your dogs and cats, or maybe even your pet hamster, you could decide on more experience like things like visiting a haunted house or going to a Halloween party or event in your local community. Number two is do it yourself costumes. So, costumes again are a really big part of Halloween, but store bought outfits, in my opinion, are pretty expensive and they're kind of like they're canned costumes where sometimes you might see several other people wearing the same exact thing as you. And in America, we're a country of individuals, aren't we all unique? So I've always thought one of the worst things is to kind of like just be a clone of everyone else. So that's why I would suggest, if you have the time and the desire, or even the creativity, an alternative to just buying a costume for $50 or more is to actually DIY your own costumes. Now, my preference has always been to do it yourself for things because I think it adds a little personality. If it's something I wanted, for example, a gift, I could just buy it myself, but if someone hand makes me a gift or something, I think it's a little bit more special because they took the time and effort to kind of create it and customize it for me. So, back to costumes or Halloween, instead of spending money on something that you'd wear maybe once or so in your life, you can think about how you can repurpose something that you were just going to throw away. For example, one of the tried and true classics of Halloween, if you have a old white colored bed sheet, you can just cut out some holes and wear it as a ghost. But that's mostly a joke. So it's up to you if you want to do that, but I'm just kidding. But you can also try out thrift stores where there are affordable items that can be turned into unique costumes. And thrift stores aren't only budget friendly, they're also more environmentally sustainable since it involves recycling and reducing waste. If you have children, then getting your kids involved in making their own costumes can also make it a very fun family activity. So you would just set aside a weekend or so to gather supplies and then you can make costumes together. You can also do this with household materials, or let's say old clothes or any cheap accessories or jewelry that you have or that you can buy from the stores. And personally, I actually think kids really like these arts and crafts types of activities, and they really enjoy it when they're able to have input in their own costumes, especially if they're able to do it themselves. And I think it's even more powerful if you compliment your kids on it. That just really brightens up their day. So we just talked about costumes, but DIY and thrift stores, you can also get a ton of decorations that are much more budget friendly. So Halloween decorations are basically another category where costs can kind of quickly spiral out of control. Let's say you have some intricate lawn displays to indoor decorations. Really, these expenses can add up a lot, but again, you can do this without breaking the bank. So again, this is where you can choose to either do it yourself, but you don't have to pick one or the other where you buy everything from the store or you make everything yourself. It could be a combination of a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Now, I think, again, homemade decorations, this is just my own bias, I think are more meaningful because of the time and effort you put into them. For example, you can make those scary ghosts I mentioned with cheesecloths and even some balloons. And again, you can try thrift stores. Secondhand shops receive large amounts of seasonal decor from people that are decluttering their homes, or maybe things that weren't able to sell last year or from the seasons before. Or just anything you can make shift that can be appropriate for your Halloween decoration. And you can usually get cheaper Halloween items like candle holders, spooky figurines, or string lights at a fraction of the retail price or the original retail price. Now, you can also take a minimalist approach to decorations. So instead of filling your house or yard with tons of items, you use more of a few big, impactful ones, more big statement pieces that really make it a scary atmosphere. Or again, something that really means a lot to whatever theme you're trying to aim for. And sometimes I think less is more, and a couple of well-placed, creatively designed pieces can actually have a much bigger impact than completely going all out. Now this is the last major spending category that I'm going to go over in this video, but candy. So Americans are expected to spend over $3 billion this year on candy. So it's going to be a key part of your Halloween budget. Now to save money, you can consider some of these strategies. You can consider purchasing candy in bulk from warehouse stores like Costco or Sam's Club can definitely help you save money per piece. Bulk candy is often less expensive than buying smaller bags from grocery stores or convenience stores. You can also consider shopping early or shop late, depending what works with your schedule. But buying your Halloween candy early or before the holiday rush can really help you avoid price increases where everyone else is kind of like just clamoring for the last minute purchases. On the flip side, if you don't mind waiting until the last minute when they figure they can't really sell the rest of it, it often goes on sale in the days leading up to Halloween, where you can snag a deal. You can also consider limiting the selection. We're not saying, or I'm not saying, that you just offer them the worst candies ever, so next year you save even more in your budget because no one's going to show up again to your house. But instead of offering a variety of expensive candy, you can stick to one or two affordable options. So popular brands might be more expensive, so you could consider generic or store brands that offer good quality at lower prices. So if Halloween is just out of your budget completely, there are a few ideas you could consider. So you could also consider any community events, maybe neighborhood events, because at least in a lot of neighborhoods that I'm aware of, or even just any town or city that you're in, they host free or low cost Halloween events. So there's parades, pumpkin patches, haunted walks, whatever it is. So you can check out on neighborhood apps to see if anyone's doing anything. Like an app like Nextdoor might have the latest clue on where the Halloween events are. Or you can go check it out at your local community center or city website to see what is available. And these events are usually kid friendly, so it's a fun way to get into the Halloween spirit without spending too much money. You also have home-based activities. You can host a Halloween movie night or organize a costume contest with your friends or family. These activities don't actually have to require much money beyond snacks and some decorations, but it can still provide a pretty festive Halloween atmosphere and plenty of fun. You can also do pumpkin carving. So this is a traditional Halloween classic, where pumpkin carving can be a pretty cheap and enjoyable activity. You can often find pumpkins at local farms or grocery stores at a pretty reasonable price, and also many pumpkin patches offer special deals when Halloween gets closer. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. In conclusion, now Halloween can be a time of fun, creativity, and community, but it doesn't actually have to come with a terrifying price tag. So by being mindful of your spending, embracing do-it-yourself situations, and focusing on meaningful experiences over simply just material items, you can actually enjoy Halloween pretty well without breaking the bank. So whether you're dressing up, decorating your home, or handing out candy, a little planning and creativity can actually help you stay within your budget and make this Halloween in 2024 really the one to remember. So that's about all I have for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.